My name is Thomas Bewick, and if you do not know of me, then I think that you are a stranger to books. My friends, who have visited many parts of this great country of ours, have informed me that my 2 volumes of the history of British birds and my single volume of the history of quadrupeds can be seen in every home that they have entered. I feel pleased and proud that from my humble beginnings as a farmer's son, I have touched the lives of so many with my love of the countryside and wildlife. I have also been told that there is not a parlour in this country that does not have upon its wall a print of some description by an artist called John Martin. From a mutual acquaintance, Dr. Thomas Alcock, I have heard that this Martin, like me, is from the north, but he lives in London and has a great many influential friends in the capital. But from my time in that place, London, I can tell you that I could not wait to return to my beloved Cherryburn. Cherryburn. Cherryburn is the finest and brightest jewel in the whole of Northumberland's crown, and it was there, as a boy, that I learned to swim in the streams. I copied and drew every beast and bird, everything that crept and crawled, grew and flew, and the countryside. I would rather make a mark upon anything that I could draw on than go to my schooling or to help my father upon the farm. I would draw on the margins of my exercise books. I would scratch into the stones of the porch and even in the mud of the riverbank. And it was my drawing that took me away to be apprenticed to an engraver. And like this John Martin, I went and sought my fortune in London. But I found London to be crowded, dirty, and unfriendly. It seems to me that our Lord above has filled our 2 lives with coincidences, for there are many things inside of our lives that are similar. We were both born in Northumberland. We were apprenticed to artists and served our time. We learned the art and practiced it of engraving. We both worked hard, and we believed in the worth of our work and made our own businesses. And there is not a home or parlour in all of this country and beyond that does not bear the mark of some of our work. I do not say that we are in competition. Life is too short to hold that kind of anger in your blood and your bones. There is more than enough in the nature that our Creator has provided to us for the 2 of us to portray for eyes. There are many people who do not know the song of a bird or its sight. They do not know the croak of a frog, for they are trapped inside of the cities with their factories and their crowded streets. So anything that we poor artists can do can only be for the good. I can tell you that he still uses mezzotint printing. Mezzotint printing. A copper sheet is taken, and steel tools are used to cut a negative image into the surface of the copper plate. That is then inked, and a piece of paper is placed on top of that. The copper plate, the ink, and the paper are all placed inside of a press, and when the paper is removed, then there is a print for all to see. I believe that this John Martin has had a lot of success with prints. that he has made of those paintings that he has exhibited in the Royal Academy and at the British Institute. And I wish him all of the luck in the world. I, too, use mezzotint printing in the majority of my work. But I use those same steel tools on the end grain of hard woods. I have taken the ancient art of wood engraving and brought it into this new 19th century of ours. With my skills, I can portray fur and feather in the way that no man has ever done it before. Perhaps his work is a little more easily seen, for my prints are locked inside of the pages of books, but I do not bear him any ill will. I have said it before, and I will say it again. There is more than enough beauty in the land and the countryside for we poor artists to portray. He has a love of the countryside and the landscapes inside of his heart and his soul. And there is nothing that brings me more pleasure than to try and represent the beasts and animals that our great Creator has placed upon this earth and given me, a mere mortal, the gift to portray them and copy them for all time. I have also heard that this Martin has an eye to try and better the lives of those who are less fortunate than himself. He has taken upon a task to improve the flow of water through London, and in this venture I can only wish him well. I am tired now, and I can feel age wrap itself about my shoulders, and I can hear my wife Isabel calling to me, my belle. There is still so much to do and so little time. So I will bid you good day. We've heard about John Martin. We've heard about the Bard. We've also heard about how Edward I was trying to conquer the whole of the Welsh. But in the middle of all...
Here I am outside of the Laing Art Gallery in Newcastle upon Tyne, one of the foremost galleries in the whole of the northeast of England. It was opened in 1904 and has a great variety of artefacts and paintings, and never in all of its 103-year history has anything happened like what happened last night here, Gallery D to be precise. A painting was... it wasn't stolen, but a painting has appeared on one of the walls. The ever-vigilant front-of-house staff and security staff cannot believe that such a large painting, it is 2 meters high by 1.5 meters wide, has been smuggled inside of this place. The painting could well have been painted by local painter John Martin or by his rival from Bristol, Francis Danby. Sorry, this has just come in. Some exclusive CCTV footage of what happened in the early hours of last night. So there you have it, a dramatic series of events where a painting has appeared on the walls of Gallery D in the Laing Art Gallery. The police themselves are looking for a strong man with long arms and broad shoulders. So from me, Jules Barrett, here outside of the Laing... Wait! Just a moment. It appears that some video footage has been brought into the Northern Light Studios. So run VT.
Now Luke, I don't know what all the fuss is about. I never liked the painting in the first place, and the local charity shop wouldn't take it. The only place I could think of taking it with the laying. They've got loads of pictures, and I thought that they'd be pleased. You see, my husband bought it in 1949 for £2. They couldn't get rid of it back then, and they were glad to get it out of the shop, great big thing that it were. The man in the shop said that no one was interested in those great romantic paintings. Mind, that was in 1949, so things might have changed since then. First thing my husband did were stick it up above the chimney. Every time we decorated, I would have to lift it down off the wall and prop it in the scullery. Everyone else had a mirror or a clock, but no, not us. We had to have that great thing with its army and mountains. For the best part of 60 years I've had to look at that thing with its dark colours, its castles and rocks. I know what I like and I like what I know, and I know that I didn't like it. You see, I like a piece of art that makes you feel happy. I want to feel that I can step into the picture and feel as if I can have a bit of a chat with the people who were there in the picture. You couldn't have a conversation with that lot. That lot in the picture, they are all too busy being angry. I think, and this is just me, I want to feel as if when I look at a painting, I can remember a place where I've been that looks like the paint on the canvas. I want a picture that makes my imagination soar away to places I've been, things that I've done and things that I've seen. I want to like the picture, the people who are in the picture. I mean all of the picture, from the top of it to the bottom. That one looks too cold for me, even if it were above the fireplace. I mean the old man in the middle, you know the one who has his hand raised, he looks too angry for me. Give me a gentle picture with people who look as if they're going to give you the time of day. Give me a picture of people getting on or being calm and rested any day of the week. I didn't have any idea that it would cause any fuss. I just took it on the bus. Took up 2 seats, mind you, and I thought that everyone would be pleased. You can't please everyone. A bit like that picture, I suppose. I hope that someone will like it. It must have taken the artist ages to paint it.
Sorry. So there you have it. A strange series of events that have occurred here in Newcastle upon Tyne, where a painting has appeared upon the wall of Gallery D. I'm sure that we'll hear more about this in the months to come. So from me, Jules Barrett, outside of the Lang Art Gallery, New Bridge Street, Newcastle upon Tyne, over to you in the studio.